The Adventures of Tom Sawyer by Mark Twain. Longman Simplified English Series. Read by Chureemart Buppaphoch. Chapter 12. Was Tom overheard? A few minutes later, Tom was in the shallow water of the sands bar, slipping towards the, the, the Illinois bank. Before the water lashes his waist, he was halfway over. Then he began confidently to swim the remaining 100 yards. He lashed the bank, pushed himself out and set out in his screaming German through the woods. A little before 10 o'clock, he came out into an open space of precise the village and saw the ferry boat lying by the high bank. He crept down slide into the water swam a few yards and climbed into the rowing boat, fastened to the ferry boat. He lay down and read. Soon the bell rang. A voice gave the order to catch off, and the warriors began. Tom was pleased as high success for a new that it was the boat's last trip for the night. A quarter of an hour later, 2 hours later, the engine stopped. Tom slipped overboard and swam as far, landing 50 yards downstream, where there was less danger of being seen. He flew along this desert land and soon found himself at his aunt's back fence. He climbed over and approached the window of Aunt's police room for a light as burning there. There sat Aunt Police's Mary and Joe Harper's mother, got together talking. They was by the bed, and the bed was between them and the door. Very slowly Tom Precious opened the door, trembling every time it take when he jumped, that he might creep through on hams and knees. He put his hand through and began. Why is the candle burning so brightly? Says Aunt Polly. Tom, hurry up. Why? Was door open? I believe. Sis, go and shut it. Tom disappeared under the bed just in time. But as I was saying, says Aunt Polly, he wants best only mischief. He never meant to do Aunt harm, and he was the best host. Boy was overleaf. She began to cry. Michael was the same. He was full of monkey tricks, but always unselfish and kind. I watched him for talking that cream, forgetting that I tuned it out myself because it was pure. I hope Tom is happy where he is, says it. But if he been better in some ways, said Tom knew that the old lady eyes flashes or two he could not see them. Don't say a word against me, Tom, now that he's dead. Oh, Mr. Harper, I don't know how to give him up. God give. A God take away. But it's so hard. Oh, it's hard. Only last Saturday, Marjo made him jump with one of his noisy tricks, and I asked him if he could do it again. I take him in my arms and raised him for it. Yes, yes. I know just now you failed, Mr. Harbour. Only yesterday my Tom finds the class full of painkiller, and I didn't think that the creature would tear the house down. And God, and God forgive me. I sharpened him, poor boy, poor dead boy. But he out of on his trouble now, and the last words I ever heard him say were to blame me. But this memory was too much for the old lady, and she broke down. Entirely Tom was crying now, and more in pity of himself than of anybody else. He could hear Mary crying and pleading in a kindly word for him from time to time. Still, he was surprisingly moved by his aunt's gift too long to lash out and overcome her with the joy with his return. But he resisted, and and temptation. He went on listening and gestured that it was true at first that the voice had been downright having a swim. Then the small laugh has been Mr. Snake's. The, 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 open, the opinion of most people was that the boy has gone off one the laugh and would appear as the next town down stem by the moon. The laugh has been found again the branch 5 to 6 miles below the village. They must be down, otherwise hunger would have driven them home. This was Wednesday night. It was boy continued to be missing, and if their bodies were not recovered from the river belief Sunday, all hope was be given up, and the final service would be held on Sunday morning. Tom Childs, Mr. Harbour whispered. Her eyes said good night, and Leaf Anthony was far more tender than usual in her good night. To Sis and Mary, who went off crying. Anthony knelt down and prayed for Tom's soul, earnestly and with such infinite love in her words and her own trembling voice that Tom's eyes were streaming with tears long before she has finished. He has to live still long order. She has gone to rest, for she was restless and keep on mourning, broken hearted. But at last she was still on, only mourning a little in her sleep. Now the boy stole out and stood regarding her. His heart was full of pity, pity for her. He took out his bank glove and picked it by a candle. A pocket, then he bent over and kissed it, and fresh lips and tiptoes out. He went to the fully blanking and rocking Molly on both, for he knew that the watchman always slept like a log. So he tied it up as soon as he landed and set out through his woods It was broad daylight before then. The fire himself approached the island sandbar. He listed until the sun was well up, and joining the surface of the great river into gold, and then entered the water. A little later, he poured this thing on the edge of the clam. No, Tom, Starlight, he has to say, and he come back. He wants this. He knows that would be shameful for a pilot, and Tom too proud for that charge of drink. But I wonder what they're doing. Well, the things are the things are out are way and way, nearly but not quite hard. The writing says that they are if he not back for breakfast, which he was. Exclaimed Tom, stepping grandly into camp. A, a splendid breakfast was soon provided, and Tom described his adventures. There was a vast and boastful company of heroes. Then the tale was finished. Then Tom hid themselves and away to sleep till noon, and the other pilots got ready to fish and explore. And